Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Believe it or not, welcome back, 918. My dad had a bunch of ABBA CDs, okay? So I always listened to it in the car. Well, I was watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Regis Philbin, which is the only Who Wants to Be a Millionaire you can ever watch. I mean, they tried to do it without Regis. You couldn't do it, you know? Well, it was whenever they were talking, they said, what band can spell their name front and back without changing the way the letters are? And it's ABBA. ABBA, A-B-B-A, A-B-B-A. See, there you go. There you go. Anyway, there's my sheets. So Amy joins us now from Amy Swim Babies, and this is really unique. So there's been a big push lately I've seen on social media. By the way, it is very hot in this studio. It is like humid as hell, and there is a thunderstorm developing. My hairspray's already fallen out. Going to be a long day. But there's been a big push with this whole let's get our children in as swimming as early as possible. And with that being said, there's not really that many options that were around to make sure you could do it the correct way and with all the proper techniques. Now, Amy, when did you decide to jump in and I guess dive right into this and start Amy Swim Babies?
So actually, the idea has been kind of brewing for about a year. I have over 5 years of formal swim instructor experience under my belt.
That's cool.
I used to work at a facility in northern Illinois for quite a while. And so I was just kind of last year pondering. I was pregnant last year. I gave birth to my miracle baby.
Congratulations. How's everyone doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
She's beautiful. We're all good.
That's wonderful.
She's so great. So shout out Finley. So I was kind of just thinking about what I can do, you know, like as a stay-at-home mom now, and what skill set I have, and I love swimming. I love teaching kids how to swim, and I was really good at it back then. So I kind of was pondering it, and then actually my partner Drew and my best friend Hope, they kind of gave me the push, the final push, like, hey, this is the year, this is the time, let's do it.
Get off the pot and let's go. Good job, Hope and Drew.
So
Shout outs to
Drew
them.
and Hope. Thank you so much. And yeah, so then I kind of just created this from the ground up. I used the experience I have. I got more certifications this spring. I got certified through American Red Cross for water safety ambassador.
Yeah.
I still currently hold my CPR and BLS training and all that. And so yeah,
What's the Angel Fish program?
Yeah, so I love talking about that. So I actually hold a certification to teach children with autism in a program called Angel Fish, and it's really directed towards getting them comfortable and keeping them safe and letting them have fun in water where they might not be able to do that all the time.
How important is it for that process to start early?
It's huge. It's huge. I would say for any child, it's huge to get them in the water as early as possible in that setting of like a swimming pool, not just rather like a bathtub. But,
right.
And really exposing them to that setting early on for any child is so important for comfortability and trust and safety.
So before we do the deep dive into this, because we're going to go through the gauntlet, I was on the swim. My dad was big into doing swim lessons. I mean, we were as young as I could remember going into that cold ass pool at Lewis and Clark, you know, and everything else, and then Summersport. But what I thought was really unique, though, is one year he said, you need to do the swim team if you could. I want you to learn how to really swim and do it, you know, and not just being able to hold your, you know, own and doggy paddle, but swim the right way. And I kicked and fussed, and I didn't want to do it and everything. Until I went the first couple of days, and I really learned. But there's something about truly learning and being comfortable in the water, because, you know, I have no issues now going into the ocean and obviously not going a mile out and swimming with the sharks, but being able to feel comfortable in bodies of water and knowing, hey, and there's been a time or two where, I'll be honest with you, CJ had too much fun and slipped and fell down into a little creek bed or in type of waterway, you know how to handle yourself.
And you know how to get out of those situations. And that's really the biggest thing we teach in swim lessons.
Yeah.
If in case of emergency, what are you going to do?
Well, and now in the days where everyone's got a darn pool, whether or not it's you or your friends that have one, you never know when. All it takes is a split second for something to happen and your little one fell into a pool, and, you know, at least they have some techniques on how to, you know, get out of it.
Absolutely. Wow. It's huge. Yeah. And finding trust and comfort in the water is number one and most important, because as soon as, you know, you freak out in the water, what are you going to do? Go under. So getting real comfortable is really number one goal of mine.
Well, and the thing is too, you know, it's how do you keep everyone else safe if you're in a situation as well, and just to learn that, how to work with people in the water. Okay. And now, when we start this, I see that your classes start as young as 6 months old.
Yes, so I do offer mommy and me classes. I do bring my little 9-month-old baby with us.
That's cool.
And she gets in the water, and we participate as kind of like a little mini class. It's super fun. It's not what you're thinking, like the YouTube, like, okay, throw the baby in the pool and see what they do.
Okay,
I knew you were going there.
I was like, wait a minute here.
Everybody's like, so when do we let go of the baby? And I'm like, we're not. Like, that's
good clarification.
Yeah, everybody asks me that, and because it's become really trendy on like the TikTok and YouTube, and I'm like, it's not.
Your child will remember the trauma of being launched into a pool like a cinder block. It's not going to go. So 6 months to a year, or so your classes start at 6 months. And when does the Mommy and Me end?
So that usually, I just say usually when they can sit independently and follow some sort of direction, right? Like even if parents have to be there for redirection or guidance or help, as long as they can sit independently and kind of like. We just do a lot of playtime, a lot of sing-songs, a lot of toy time. That's still more of a comfort in the water class and fun time, and not hitting a lot of skills like back float and things like that. You're definitely learning reaching and kicking and things like that. But yeah, so just basics at those levels. And then once we get into like 3-4 years old, that's when we're starting to hit those skills. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to back float, we're gonna hold onto the wall walking, you know, gliding, starting to really swim.
How important is it for the parents not to spaz out when their child's in the water? Because it sounds like an obvious question to the folks at home, but when I've seen it where, you know, maybe it's the first day of swim lessons and the child's 6 or 7 and mom or dad is freaking out going, be careful, no, get away. So, does that play a part?
Yeah, you know, it does and it doesn't. It's helpful. I always have the parents on pool side, no matter the age.
What safety?
Just for safety and liability.
Yeah.
And so they're always usually there. Some of the parents are more like, for the older kids, kind of stay farther back as to not distract, and that's nice. But sometimes, it can get a little touchy with the younger ones when they're like, no. It's like, no, it's okay. I got this. I'll catch them. They won't go too far. It's like,
So at 3 and 4 is when the development start, or the real skills develop, where you can say, hey, let's start working on some floating. Let's work on going on your back a little bit.
Yeah, starting to go under the bubbles and all those things.
And now when you start to get into the 5 or 6 year olds, is that to where, you know, we're starting to learn, you know, freestyle a little bit, some backstroke, or does that start later on
too?
So
not quite.
Okay.
So surprisingly, I always preface, like I tell my parents this, you know, your kid is likely not going to pass a level in one session of lessons. My sessions run 8 weeks. It's 1 a week. So likely, especially if they're really young, they're starting out in that 3-4 level 1, they're probably not going to pass in that 8 weeks, but we're going to get really close. We're going to pass some skills in between, but we're not just going to pass a whole level.
Right.
So the levels are actually outlined. It's a national guideline through different swim.
Wonderful. Okay.
So, but they're all the same. So like Red Cross has the same, like Starfish has the same guidelines for each level that you have to pass.
Wonderful.
And then, so that's kind of what I base it on. But how we get there, how we figure those skills out is the fun part.
Well, I can only imagine, because you have to have fun in this. with the child, because if you're stressed out and the parent's stressed out, the child's not going to want to swim.
It gets messy. And there's been times when I've had some hectic lessons where I'm like scrambling and it just was a busy day, and like you can definitely tell that can affect the child in their lessons. So you always want to bring fun and fresh and excitability to that, and I try to do that.
That's really cool. And now as we keep talking here, whenever you start to get into that 8 and 9 and now we're growing up a little bit, what do those lessons look like? And I'm sure parents need to still be there. Obviously, we talked about that with liability, safety, and,
definitely,
and some things. But is that when you're really starting to talk about different situations you could be in? Because now our brains are developed enough to think.
So definitely. So once you get past the safety levels, I would say the level 1 through 5 that are really based on getting that back float and like learning how to swim on your front and back, and like then after that you go into the swim skills levels. So I do teach up to getting ready for those. I can teach a proper formal backstroke and butterfly and all that thing.
Well, this is not to cut you. I'm actually on the Red Cross's. I'm not on their website, but this is the American Red Cross swimming lessons levels 1 through 6. And this is really cool, and how you're following this guideline, and it's the right way to do it. I mean, you're going to introductions to water skills is number 1. Level 2 is fundamental aquatic skills. They got to realize that I'm the one reading these, not a Harvard lawyer, so let's go back to water skills. Level 3, stroke development. Level 4, stroke improvement. Level 5, stroke refinement. And then level 6, swimming and skill proficiency.
Exactly.
So I really like that, though. If they're going down the ranks they're with you, they know that they're actually progressing through what is being regulated for, being called for.
Yes.
And it's the appropriate way. It's not just CJ swim lessons where we're going to get you out there and swim for a couple minutes and here's my $35 and I'm gone,
Yeah, and that's kind of... Yeah, exactly. I really wanted to make it good and get the parents to, get what they're really paying for and get their money's worth. And like I said, this is all personalized. It's private. I do very customized lesson plans for each child. To get them where they need to be, which is very unique rather than like a group setting. Because, they might not get the individualized attention they need.
Well, I don't like group settings in swimming lessons. If you're older, it's one thing. But if when I was 5 or 6 and all that, hard. It's really hard. And then it's just not, I don't think it really sets you up for success too much because you got to divert attention to 14 other children.
It's true.
Yeah.
I've done this.
I don't say very many. With that being said, you're right. And I think it's wonderful for parents to know that you aren't just doing this haphazardly. This is, you are as certified as it comes to just, and it shows something too, like taking a little breather from this is that if you want to do something, no matter what it is, you got to go in depth and go into the weeds and really get everything done that you need done to be successful. I mean,
absolutely.
You could have easily said, well, I'm just doing swim lessons on Facebook, and if you want me to teach your kid, it's $15.
Right.
But when you're
we'll figure something out to do.
Yeah, But I mean, when you're hitting parents with your certifications and, through the American Heart Association, the Angel Fish Program, which is so huge for children with autism to be able to learn how to swim.
Thank you.
And CPRs and everything else, it's not just, okay, we're going to swim lessons. It's it's a school actually. It's what it really almost is. It's a swimming school that goes through 8 grade levels.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. They even call me Miss Amy. So Miss Amy swim lessons. So it's been really fun. It's been awesome. I'm having the time of my life. Honestly, it's been a dream come true. Just creating this business, like I said, from the ground up, and I'm very passionate in what I do.
Could you have done it without your partner and support system?
No.
Okay.
No.
Really cool. I didn't mean to. Not a softball. One of those just kind of thing.
Thank you.
Hit you.
Really, I couldn't. They're huge supports, best people I know.
So where do you do your swim lessons?
So good question. A lot of people ask. I do private lessons in the comfort of your own backyard. So you must have a pool. You must know somebody with a pool. I don't go to facilities because of legality and liability reasons. Because I'm not employed through those facilities.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I thought about it all whenever I started this. I had to because I really wanted to do it upright. Yeah. And so I come to your backyard. I hang out with you for a little while, and
man, I'm surprised that the facilities aren't calling you to start subsidizing subsidizing some of that cost, because I was looking, and there's a lot of clubs, not just here in Alton, but around the Riverbend that are hurting big time. The swim club is not as proficient as it was and profound as it was 20 years ago.
It's very true.
Kind of sad to see, to be honest with you.
It's very true, and I don't know the reason for that.
Yeah.
Like when I worked in the facility I worked in about 5-6 years ago, we had similar testimonials, I would say, and a lot of the parents would hire me, and I was one of the only ones in the facility that did private lessons. Right. So they would be like, hey, we're taking our kid out of this group and just putting them with you private. And so that's where I started. Gotcha. And got the idea for private lessons. That's where the idea is. That's where the need is. Yeah, well, and it's just amazing to me though, because I was looking, and I mean, just the club that I was a part of as a kid forever is, it's not nearly as full as it used to be. And, and so I mean, hopefully it's not because kids don't know how to swim. Is my point. Right. You got a moment? Well, I do, and I want to actually touch base on just one thing you said about the club. We'll come back real quick. I got to pay a quick bill before I take a quick break though. Let me fill you in on Village Dispensary. Listen up and listen here. If you want to find your pot, no pun intended, of gold, you can head on over to Village Dispensary. Their inventory is legendary as Old Willie's tour bus with vapes, flowers, topicals, tinctures, edibles, and concentrates to make your day a hell of a lot more elevated. The staff friendlier than Woody Harrelson at a hemp convention, and they'll have you in and out in no time. Visit VillageDispo.com to check out their top quality products, and when you stop by, don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. That's me, CJ. Oh, but you won't get 10% off. That's Village Dispo, VillageDispo.com.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
it's freaking hot. Okay, I'm just like having a meltdown down here. Whoo! Gosh dang. Welcome back. Amy, cool me off here with some water lessons.
Yes.
Getting back to Amy Swim Babies, you wanted to talk club for a second?
Yeah, so back to kind of why maybe the reason people are not joining the big swim lessons and the facilities and the clubs. Affordability, actually. Yeah. You know, I have it right here, there's a case study that the American Red Cross published a couple years ago that said the top second barrier, right, is from preventing people from taking their children to swim lessons is cost and affordability. So whenever I kind of was creating the idea and the lesson plan and the business model for this, I was like, well, that's one thing we need to really fix, right? We need to kind of make this affordable. So I pride myself on making this something that anyone can do. I start out, my lessons are just $15 a kid per lesson. So that's where we start. And then it's really important to me that every kid learns how to swim.
What I think's cool too is that if you're a parent of 5 kids, you know, good luck finding swim lessons for all 5 kids that don't break your bank. And what you're saying is it's $15 per child per lesson in a private setting, but for an additional $5 per lesson, you can add an additional sibling.
Right. So if they're siblings and they can, it's just $5 per lesson extra. So instead of, it's kind of like a little discount to kind of get every whole family, well, you know, I did that because, you know,
that's a huge
I'm not trying
discount.
To make a lot of money on this. This was kind of my first year. I'm just kind of like testing the waters. I wanted to see how to do it and, you know, the why, right? The why. I'm not really here to take your money and just, I want to be efficient. I want to have fun, and I want your kids to be safe in water, and I want that to be accessible to everyone.
And any parent would love that goal because, I mean, I've never had a child, but I know that when I do, I am probably going to be just like everybody else and be a paranoid, neurotic, you know, individual about safety and and you know, I get it. So whenever I'm just thinking from a parent's perspective, especially a first-time parent's perspective, I mean, this covers every bit of safety that you could have. Plus, I mean, you're inviting them to come be a part of it and, you know, not saying, hey, the gates are closed to you, just drop your child off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I want them to be a part of it. I actually, after each lesson for each child and each parent, I send out a progress report every day. Hey, this is what we did. This is what you can do at home to encourage to keep doing better. For next week, I give them like little homework cards that are laminated. You know, I just try to do what I can. I'm passionate. I love kids. I love swimming. I try.
Now, what do you do whenever you got the tantrum going on? Because I'm sure there is a barrier.
There's been times. Yeah. There's been times. And, you know, we work through it the best we can. If the kids are unwilling to get in the water that day, I'm not going to push it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about them building their trust with me. And especially in those first couple settings, those first couple lessons, you don't want to push, like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to get every skill down. We're going to do what we need to do on my lesson plan. My lessons plans change. I have them all written out, and then they go, boop, out the window as soon as I get there. Because then it's all about the kids. Personalization.
Yeah.
What are they into today? What are they trying to get done today? And some days they just want to play with my fish toys, and that's okay. That's okay. Or the snail buckets. That's the fun one.
Well, and now coming up on July 29th, this is about a month and 11 days away, but who's counting? You're going to have a little bit of an opportunity to come and for folks to be a part of something. Fill me in.
Yes. So I am hosting a splash bash at the Alton Splash Pad July 29th, which is a Monday, from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a private, free event. I'm opening it up to anybody who is in the family. I call them my swim babies, so my swim parents are my family. Anybody who's already in the family or anybody who wants to inquire about next year, because I do plan on making this bigger and better and keep going next year. So, anybody's welcome. I'll have some ice cream treats for the kids, have it rented out. Fun in the sun.
Well, there you go. Hey, I think it's great, though, too, because, I mean, 20 years ago, if someone wanted a private instructor, you're going to be paying, I mean,
right.
you're going to be paying a lot of money. I
Right.
mean, I could have said a lot worse, but I mean,
No,
it was
yeah.
expensive.
A lot of people, I will say this, a lot of people, to be transparent, people are like, you're not charging enough. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay for now.
Well, you're right though, because I mean, seriously, I'm not patronizing you, but
No,
it's
I
a
understand completely.
it's a luxury industry. I mean, that you're in for folks that, I mean, that's what, Dwayne The Rock Johnson would be doing, and not taking you to a public pool, if someone's
right.
coming to his house. And the fact that we have that here is amazing. Now, how far out are you willing to travel?
So I usually say about a 15-mile radius around Godfrey, which seems like a lot. I don't go into Missouri, but I do have one
Missouri.
lesson. Missouri. I don't go to misery, okay?
True. I would.
But I have a really far out lesson in Shipman. I don't know how I scheduled that, but we have a great time, so I don't even care. I don't mind the travel. I don't mind having to put money into it, getting the equipment and doing the stuff. I have fun, and I love what I do.
Yeah,
so
well, and it's very
all worth it.
It really is all worth it, and I just think it's wonderful. With that sorry, I was getting distracted.
No worries.
It's the walkway, the walkway gets you. When I was
There's a
at
lot of people out
KTRS
there.
though, I was over at the St. Louis Dial, Westport Playhouses or Westport Plazas where they had everything. Mm-hmm. It was so dead in there. You'd see about 4 people a year, and now they're it's building back up. Yeah, it really is.
Here we go.
8 people now. So you can join the swim family for a free private event celebrating the end of summer and the end of swim lessons for the year. This event is open to anyone who wants to learn more about swim lessons with Miss Amy, who is right over here for next year. Now, do you do winter activities?
Right now, no, just because I don't have an indoor pool facility setting.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
I would love to. No, so we have to take off for the winter and the cold months, but we'll bring it back next year. Actually, I do want to say follow my Facebook page, Amy's Swim Babies, on Facebook. All my information is there, how to reach me, all this Splash Bash information, and yeah. That's all I got.
Is the Angelfish program different in levels than the other program?
So I would say yes, in the way of we still definitely try every skill. We try and we do the best we can, and we just it's more about, like I said, comfort, trust, safety. So especially with children with autism or things like that. So it's just trying to keep them safe and getting them to understand, like, hey, this is the wall. Hold on to the wall whenever you can't touch the ground or XYZ, whatever that may be, whatever that safety skill might look like for them in their pool.
Well, I really think it's wonderful, Amy, and the best of luck to it. I hope it goes well. I told you 15 minutes and 45 minutes later almost. Actually, about 35 minutes later.
No
Here we are
kidding.
now. Yeah. 9:45, a little bit of change this morning. But before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Denise Sparks because she's my hero. Do you know Denise Sparks?
I don't.
Well, let me fill you in. So, what do you live in Alton?
I do.
Okay. Well, you and I are kind of handcuffed on this. But hear me out. Denise Sparks took on the big trash company. She said, I had enough. For 30 years, I've been hauling junk as the queen of junk, and everything's been great, but people are angry about their trash not being picked up and all of that fun stuff, and that sigh is the same kind of thing that I've been doing. But we can't in the city of Alton because of our wonderful contract. Now, Denise Sparks took on the big boy, and you're seeing those purple and yellow trash cans popping all up across the... Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yep, that's Sparks junk removal, like bunny rabbits mating, They just pop up everywhere, and it's because she cares about her community. She cares about you. When you call Denise Sparks, you get Denise Sparks. You don't get some robot that says, we expedited your claim and we'll talk to you next week, and it never comes. You got somebody that's willing and more than able to satisfy all of your needs, whether it's junk hauling, it's debris removal, it's, demolition removal, or just that weekly trash service. What I think's cool, people when they get older don't want to leave their house. They just don't.
I'm not that old and I don't want to leave the house, so.
But, I'm even talking 75 to go to a nursing home, because they're comfortable there. And there's some mobility issues, like picking up the trash could be a little bit heavier. Sparks Junk Removal offers valet trash pickup, so they'll go inside their home, remove the trash, take it into the bin for them, and throw it out and take it to the dump. That's how amazing Denise Sparks is, and that's the work she could do for you. SparksJunkRemoval.net. My parents are saving money and supporting local. You could do the same too. SparksJunkRemoval.net. Reclaim your space today.